Today is the second day of Wings India 2026, and with Times Now, we are joined by Boeing's India and South Asia President Salil Gupte. Thank you for speaking to Times Now, sir. To begin with, if you can tell us about what is the growth plan of Boeing in 2026 for India?
Well, certainly that growth plan is on a few parameters. For India, even beyond 2026, if you look at the Indian aviation market, there will be 3,300 aircraft coming into India over the next 20 years across all of the manufacturers. That's tremendous growth. And so that means that we have to also deliver the ecosystem and work with our partners to ensure that there's appropriate training for pilots and maintenance capacity in a maintenance, repair, and overhaul, or MRO. 45,000 pilots, 45,000 maintainers will also be required over the next 20 years. That's a huge effort, and it is an area of focus for us. Over the coming years, naturally, we are focused on supporting our customers with deliveries on time and of the highest quality. Safety and quality is our top priority. We want to also ensure that they get all of the support that they need to operate those aircraft, and we work very closely with our customers on maintenance training so that they can be self-reliant to develop their own maintenance capabilities as well. So all of that is happening on the commercial growth side of the market. At the same time, Boeing is committed to the industrialization of Indian aerospace. The United States government and the Indian government put out a joint statement early last year saying that industrializing Indian aerospace was a priority for both countries. And Boeing is proud to support that with over 10,000 crores worth of sourcing per annum and growing here, and over 300 suppliers here, of which 25% are MSMEs.
Also, when there are many manufacturers like Embraer and others, HAL, they are now issuing their final assembly line. And today also Airbus has also announced that final assembly line for the military products. Is Boeing also planning something regarding that, about having a final assembly line here in India?
Well, we have a few years ago expressed our commitment for things like co-production in India. We announced a partnership for the Super Hornet, the F/A-18, in that fighter competition for both the Air Force, and then there was one for the Navy, where we would offer a final assembly for that line. That partnership was announced with HAL and Mahindra some years back. So Boeing has absolutely offered via MOUs commitments like what we've seen this week from Sukhoi and HAL and Embraer and Adani. As you know, the government went with the French on that particular fighter campaign, and so we'll see what happens in the future.
Also, earlier also there were very talks, like when we talk about Boeing in 2025, there's a lot of talk about the safety issues and deliverables of Boeing aircrafts to the airlines. So a comment from you on the safety issue of Boeing aircraft is much needed, I think.
Absolutely. So safety is our top priority, and we work very, very closely with our customers and the regulators around the world. Our regulator, the FAA, and the DGCA, EASA, all of the major regulators of the world, to bring in input, operational input from our customers under operational safety reviews, and we ensure that if there are bulletins, maintenance that needs to be done, that our aircraft are flying safely and efficiently around the world every single day. And so that is a priority for us. It's a priority for our airlines. So there should be absolutely no doubt that our airplanes are flying around the world safely, and I know that our customers here in India will tell you the same thing. We have our teams on the ground around the world, our legendary field service teams, making sure that the airlines have the support they need to maintain the aircraft and operate them safely every single day. That's the first thing that should be known. The second point is on deliveries. As you mentioned, there have been delivery delays for Boeing and all the other OEMs as well. That has largely been driven by supply chain challenges, but also from a Boeing standpoint, we have had to take our rates up over time. For a while, we were capped on the 737 MAX at a rate of 38 a month. And until we achieved the readiness to go beyond that, we would not take our rates up. I'm happy to say that over the last 6 months, we have been able to take those rates higher on the 737 from 38 to 42, working closely with our regulator. And we look to take those higher as well to 47, as was announced in the recent weeks and discussed on our earnings call by our CEO this week. As we go higher on the wide body rates as well, there have been significant investments that we have made at our Charleston facility to be able to do that, to go to 10 a month and beyond. And so I think as we go up in rate, we will be able to meet the commitments that we have made to our customers in India and around the world to deliver the aircraft that they need to meet this growing market.
Also, I would want to speak, as Times Now got the opportunity to have a look of first line fit aircraft of Boeing's to Air India Express and Air India both.
Yes.
And I was in both of the planes and had witnessed the setup. So how many more such planes, if you can give share a number, or other airlines, if you also got the tender for it, and the option, like if Boeing is going to plan something in future?
Well, so first of all, those aircraft are absolutely beautiful. We're so proud that the first line fit Air India wide body for any OEM was a Boeing aircraft with that bespoke interior that showcases the unique cultural heritage of India represented in an airplane interior. It's absolutely beautiful. Hats off to the Air India team on that, and all of our suppliers and the Boeing team that worked together to make that happen. That's the first of the 30 787s that Air India has ordered to this point. There will be, of course, 29 more coming. With regards to the 737 line fit, there have been 50 that have been taken by Air India Express. There's a order of 190, and hopefully more orders to come for Air India Express. You also saw an Akasa aircraft out there that has their first bespoke interior as well. Akasa, I believe, has taken 32 aircraft at this point. They have ordered 226 aircraft. So as you can see, there are hundreds more aircraft that will be coming that have these bespoke interiors.
Also, lastly, sir, someone from the aviation industry. Yesterday, we saw a very tragic incident that has occurred in Baramati. So, how do you see it? What are your comments? VRS Aviation's aircraft was that, and in that, Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra was there. What are your comments? If you can share something.
I mean, it's a tragic moment for Indian aviation. It's a tragic moment for the nation. It's a tragic moment for Maharashtra. Of course, as you can probably guess from my name, my family is native Maharashtrian. And so this is a horrible event, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the family, but also to the nation, given this was somebody who served his nation with such passion, and of course the other souls that were on the aircraft with him as well.
Sir, we have also seen in June 2025, a major incident has occurred in the aviation industry with AI-171 crash that had happened in Ahmedabad, and it was of Boeing's Dreamliner. There were a lot of questions that are being raised, and narrative is also being said, blaming on the pilot, and a lot more things. We know the investigation is ongoing. What is your comment? What would you like to speak more on this?
Naturally, we keep the victims and the family members of AI-171 in our hearts forever. But as it relates to the accident itself, the investigation proceeds under what's known as the Annex 13 protocols of the International Civil Aviation Organization. That's under the auspices of the United Nations. The Indian AAIB is the main accident investigation authority for that, and they bring in the US NTSB. Those authorities, the US NTSB, brings in technical experts from Boeing. And so that is how we participate in that investigation. We're actively supporting that investigation. And so we've all seen the preliminary report come back some months out. And at this point, we have put our inputs as required in and would be awaiting the final report to come out in the coming months.
And when we talk about safety for Boeing, what will you say? Are the aircrafts fully fit to, because there was a run to cut off in the prelim reports, what are you going to say about that, the aircrafts are fit to fly?
We focus every day working with our regulators and our airline customers in ensuring that our airplanes are the safest they can be, and that they are absolutely safe to fly, and they are operating around the world for all of our customers. That is our number one priority.
So that was president of Boeing who spoke about the AI-17 tragic incident that occurred in the month of June 2025 with video journalist Kiran Shefali Nigam Times Now.